Beautiful day back again with another transfer video. Guys, Bruno G to Arsenal. Here we go. Here we go. Bruno G to Arsenal. Giving you all the details very soon. This is Onside with me, Joshua. Hello to Mr. Mo. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Anytime I drop a video, we're one of the first people to receive it. And we'll bring you all the stories, tell you all the latest in the world of sports, transfer market, everything that's happening, we'll bring it to you. Bruno G to Arsenal is a here we go. And Nabi Betuja said agreement was very close after Newcastle for rejecting Arsenal for £75 million bid. Now listen, agreement in place with Newcastle after long talks and personal terms in place with Bruno G. Fee is still worth £75 million. This according to Fabrizio Romano. But the full details will be out very soon. And this is just about 31 minutes ago. Here we go. Arsenal for Bruno G. So the boy is coming. The boy is coming. Bruno G. Arsenal fans, you can be happy now because that deal is going through. And we'll discuss Bruno G and how influential he can be in that Arsenal setup because Arsenal fans still have a number of midfielders available, right? And when you look critically at what Arsenal team CC it means that with the introduction of Bruno G, a couple of players are still going to be around. Now, we have a midfield of Declan Rice, Martin Zubimendi, Mikel Merino, Odegaard. Then we have Eberechi Eze, as well as Miles Lewis Kelly. How does Bruno G fit into that midfield? And does he displace anyone? Is there going to be a departure because of his introduction into the team? Maybe some communities here, but let me run you through the other latest transfer stories before we go for that particular, analysis and discussion. Guys, a couple of things are happening in the market over the last, I would say, few hours, right? And very, very interesting things. Let me send you to the page of Fabrizio Romano currently. Look, Abu Kamara is set to return to Portsmouth in the next few days as a deal is close to being agreed for a Hull City player. So Abu Kamara, he went to play for Hull City, but he's originally a player of Portsmouth. So negotiations are advancing with his agents from Consilium Sports. The deal is underway. As it stands now, Abu Kamara, he's going to return to Portsmouth in the next days as the deal is now close to being agreed with Hull City. That's it. Now, guys, Pep Chavaria is still in the news because Chelsea are close to completing that deal. It's almost done. And so Ocean Year agreement was closed with Rayo Vallecano a few days ago. It's a 19 million euros fixed fee with add-ons. And very soon, the player will be given the green light to travel. Guys, PSG and Bayer Leverkusen are in excellent relationship as talks for Ibrahima Mbaye. The Senegalese international has started days ago. Very, very electrifying young guy. We saw him at the World Cup. He got one of the goals in one of the games. I just don't remember the exact game. I think it was against Iraq or so. But Ibrahim Mbaye, what a player. Now, Liverpool are also tempted Mbaye with a very attractive, Liverpool football project that they have presented to the young man. No official bid by the Reds yet, but they are in contact with the agent, a friend, Jorge Mendes. Into Ibrahim Mbaye, teams Edinechi, PSG Dinechi, Bayer Leverkusen Dinechi, as well as the Liverpool Football Club, Omninechi. And he actually plays for PSG now. But Bayer Leverkusen and Liverpool are in crunch talks to sign the player, whilst PSG is trying very hard to be keep his player. So Ibrahim Mbaye, yeah. So let's see. Fabrice Hawkins is also reporting a couple of things. Said Liverpool had made contact with Ibrahim Mbaye's new agent, Jorge Mendes. Mbaye also has proposals from Bundesliga clubs, but he's giving priority to the LFC project. Deal was closed with Leipzig, but collapsed after the Diomande PSG fall off. So it's quite intertwined, but in a few hours we'll get some clarity on that particular deal. Senabe who said Ibrahim Mbaye will be free PSG a Liverpool and so because Bundesliga kusina kayama by Leverkusen in the next few hours. Of course, yesterday I brought you the exclusive that Mo Salah is moving to Trabzonspor. Here we go, confirmed. The Egyptian striker is leaving as a free agent to go and join Trabzonspor in Turkey. So that is it from the outlet of Fabrizio Romano. Guys, this is Onside with me, Joshua Holotu. Please subscribe. Mr. Mo, subscribe. Your support has been immense and I really appreciate it. But let's subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, please subscribe. Subscribe and turn on the post notifications and click on all at the top. You see the all button at the top there, and then you can click on it, and then we are going to have some good fun over here on this platform. Now, Fulham are in advanced talks with Southampton for Shea Charles. They had a £24 million bid rejected by the Saints last month, but now a deal is closer to around £26 million. So Shea Charles, another young chap, moving to Team Ayefreno Air Fulham. Fulham are making some interesting buys. So they're getting their players for, less than 30, around 40. They're not spending so much. And I'm telling you guys, Fulham for now will become very competitive this particular season. With their marking to baby. We'll come back to this discussion. All right. So, yeah. Here we go. Confirmed for Bruno G. £75 million fee with no add-ons. Wow. That would be a very interesting one. But the full details will come in here. Bye. Done deal. Millwall midfielder Massimo Luongo has signed a one-year contract at the Den. He was released by Millwall in May, but has rejoined the club just over 2 months later. So Millwall, they have a new player signed, one-year deal at the Den. Good news for a year team at your friend Millwall FC. Now, there's another, you see, guys, the Bruno G is, listen, Bruno G has told Newcastle United manager Matthias Gisel that he wants to leave the club. Arsenal are prepared to pay straight £75 million upfront with no add-ons included in the deal. The midfielder is now expected to depart Newcastle's training camp in Spain in the coming days to complete his move to North London. This according to Lee Ryder, who is also a writer for a year Chronicle in the UK. Now, I think this is very instructive because look, it was quite clear that player Wabra Newcastle for rejected £75 million, and he going back to La Manga for preseason was an attempt to go and force the move to happen. So register his displeasure, put in a transfer request, and urge the team to make sure that he leaves. And now it's going to stay at 70. Newcastle wanted to lure Arsenal to try and get more in terms of air transfer fee, And that was why they rejected that £75 million yesterday. But from what we are gathering from Fabrizio Romano and other, journalists, including Lee Ryder, it looks like Newcastle have been forced to accept £75 million, because the player himself has stated categorically that he wants to go. And Matthias Gisel, who has just come in as a new manager, maybe he would have wanted to try and get the player to stay. But as it stands right now, the player is not going to stay. So I'm pretty sure that Bruno G and Ankasan are forcing him out. And to force yourself out is more or less handing in a transfer request. And now the club needs to make sure that whatever they need to take, they will not relent on it. They will just receive it and allow the player to go. Because then it means that you are going to keep a disaffectioned player in the team. And I'm not sure saying Penisa, because Bruno G is club captain. And I know maybe they would have made certain commitments to him. And it would have been quite disastrous. Say, oh, fear. But at this point, the player wants to go. What can you do? £75 million. So Newcastle, that's what I think they have had to do. That's what they have had to do. Now, there's a source, El Laguero, reporting that Vini Jr. has rejected a new contract offer from Real Madrid. The Brazilian has turned down a deal running until 2031 worth €22 million per year. And I'm pretty sure that's the net. A new meeting will take place today with Real Madrid set to make another attempt to convince him to renew. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Until there's a resolution between Real Madrid and Vinicius Jr. or whether he will decide to leave and go and play for Arsenal. So that would be it from that aspect. Hendrik has informed Real Madrid that he wants to leave the club. This according to Yagis Sabunkoglu. Hendrik Atebupele. Hendrik, the nickname no Atebupele. He said he wants to leave the club. We'll bring you the exclusives later on as to exactly what's going on. Now, the other exclusive coming in from Toriam Hotspur, who are looking to bolster their squad through Abrante Fede Roberto Di Zerbi. Toriam Hotspur have offered the chance to sign AS Monaco striker Folarin Balogun. The US international has been proposed to Spurs through intermediaries as Roberto Di Zerbi looks to add another striker to compete with Dominic Solanke. Balogun is regarded as a serious option, with Monaco reportedly open sale for the right price. This is according to the Sun Football. So Folarin Balogun saw his performance at the World Cup, and possibly he could leave and go and play for team Yefre Nse Torium Hospe. Guys, those are the updates coming in. I'll come your way in the next few hours to bring you more updates, and I'll tell you the exclusives. I'll bring you all the angles. Niamana air cost for transfer markets, so how teams are shaping up their squads, how bids are being rejected, how some are also being forced through by certain players. No, I'll bring you all those updates. Michael Carrick wants to create a new plan for Marcus Rashford. Yesterday I brought you that story, and yeah. The other thing is that Newcastle United are closing in on the signing of Anis Haj Musa from Feyenoord. The Algerian winger has reportedly agreed a 5-year contract and is said to have made Newcastle his only preferred destination. The Magpies are preparing a £35 million offer, while Feyenoord are holding out for a £37 million. So just about 2 million difference, and I think an agreement should be reached. This according to an Algerian news outlet, DZ Foot. It's an Algerian football outlet. So we'll keep our eyes on that one as well. And then I'll bring you all the full details. Crystal Palace are closing in on reaching a full agreement for Xavier Gozo from Real Salt Lake. The Eagles are set to pay around £11 million for the American wing-back after monitoring him closely since the latter stages of last season. The deal is now advancing towards completion, and this according to Abrante FNA Tom Boget. He is an MLS and US men's national team insider. So that is also coming in. Crystal Palace, they want to make some signings, and I'm sure say I'm making some signings now. They'll be considering allowing some players to go. Perhaps Adam Horton, he's still on Chelsea's radar, £100 million. As to whether Chelsea can make a deal for that player, I don't know, but he's still on Chelsea's radar, and I don't know if maybe these deals go through. Perhaps Crystal Palace will be looking to free a couple of players to leave. This is a wing back though, but Niami Hun say Crystal Palace and the mid-table clubs, normally when they are signing new players like that, they may be having plans of releasing some of their existing players to go for hefty amounts into Yenshe DBC. Guys, this has been On-Side with me, Joshua Hollow. To please subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and I'm going to come your way later with more transfer stories. You can also call me Top High Fabrizio. Until I come your way again, I'll see you in the next one.